What's going on, my fellow jewelers? So today I was inspired by tissue paper. That's right. And you're like, tissue paper? Have you lost your mind? We're into jewelry. I know, but you know that when you're too lazy to wrap a present, so you go and buy the bag to put your present in, and then you don't want people to see the present, so you put tissue paper, different colors like pink and blue and white and green, and what you put tissue paper so you hide the present. Well, when I was in the store, I found a pendant made of tissue paper. Look at this thing. This is seriously tissue paper. Like it's so much fun. It's so cute. I mean, you can make it in earrings, and I kind of wish I did that, but that would have been too simple. So I made a whole necklace inspired by tissue paper made into a pendant. Come on now, come on. You ready to see it? You ready to see it? Here we go. Look at this necklace. It is so cute. Oh my goodness. So when you get a pendant and you're like, what do? You have that pendant inspire you to make a full jewelry piece. And that's exactly what I did. I had this pendant inspire me to make this gorgeous adjustable necklace. Oh, I love it. And can I tell you, it's one of the simple necklace pieces I have made in my videos. And you know me, chic and easy is my jam. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe my channel and click that bell to get notifications, because I'm all about the how-tos of jewelry making. So I know I can't wait to show you. So you and me, let's get started. All right, so this is what you're gonna need to make your beaded pendant necklace. So the material list and the tool list, as well as some of the items you can buy the same as me, is all in the description below. Now, the first thing I would do is I would make the beaded pendant part. And so to make the beads, I'm not doing just a simple necklace for the beaded part. I am actually doing kind of like a woven part. And so I want to take these off, and now I'm using 3 wires at a time. And so you can cut your 3 wires. I prefer to leave my wire on my spool until I'm completely done beading it. That way I don't have beads falling on the other side. I don't have to tape it, blah, blah, blah. And so I have my 3 wires, all different sizes. I prefer to have at least one small size. So 0.3 millimeter is the smallest size wire. And then I have a 0.45 millimeter for both of them. I like to have at least 1 to 2 small wire when I'm doing this, not all big 4.45 millimeter, because it's harder to get the crimping bead on and all that stuff. So I am going to take this wire and unroll it just a little bit, and then I'm gonna put my handy dandy tool on there to hold the wire in place. And then I am going to do kind of the same thing for this wire, and I'm going to put it in place, trying to make it about the same length, maybe a little bit different, but try to make it the same length. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. So I just stacking them on top for this necklace, and about right there. So put them to the side. And then these are my wires, and I am just going to kind of weave them in between my beads. I'm going to use them for this part of the necklace. So I have my 3, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bead. I'm going to put 2 wires in one bead, 2 wires in the next bead, and then 3 wires in the third bead. And I'm going to repeat that: 2 wires, 2 wires, 3 wires, 2 wires, 2 wires, 3 wires. So let me show you. I got my bead, and the first bead I'm putting through all 3 wires. So I'm putting these 3 all through the same bead, and I'm putting my bead pretty far down. I'm gonna take my next bead, I'm gonna just put it through 2 wires instead. So picking 2 wires. So here we go, picking 2 wires, and I put through 2 wires. Now I'm going to pick 2 different wires. So I won't do the same 2. I'll pick one of the same, and then the one that wasn't used from the last time. And I am going to put my bead through for the 2 wires. And then I'm gonna go back to doing 3 wires. So it's a fairly simple pattern once you get the hang of it. So now I have another bead. I'm gonna do 3 wires in that bead. And it's just kind of making so that they stay put in their pattern. When you do this pattern, it's just making sure that your beads don't go past one another or whatever, and it kind of stays in the pattern, but still looking like a floating kind of necklace. And then I am going to do 2 wires and putting my bead on, and then I'm going to get 2 different wires, so picking one the same and then a different one, and picking another bead to go through that. Okay, we're doing good. And then the great thing about this necklace is you don't need many beads. If you have like a shortage of beads, like you've used it for another jewelry piece, and you're like, well, I only have a couple beads, this necklace or this jewelry piece or this style is perfect for that. And so then I'm going to do 3. Ooh, it's looking cute, looking cute. And now I am going to do another bead with 2 on it. Another bead with 2. And because I'm kind of feeling like I don't want to go any further, I don't want to have much more beads. I really just want it to be really a little, just very little beads. I'm going to kind of overstep my pattern, and I'm going to get this bead because I really want these beads to be closest to my pendant. So I'm actually doing 3 on here, and I totally messed up the pattern for now, but I wanted to have this be closest to the pendant. So I'm sorry if I confused the pattern. It should be 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. But I really wanted this bead to be close to this pendant. So I just kind of fudged my pattern just a little bit. But do you see this? Do you see how cute that is and how little beads you really need? And so this has 3 wires in it, 2 wires, 2 wires, 3 wires, 2 wires, 2 wires, 3 wires, 2 wires, and then this actually has 3. It should have 2, but it has 3. But I don't want many more beads on this necklace. And I wanted these beads to be closest to my pendant. And so now I'm gonna do this exact same pattern, but backwards on this side of the pendant. I'm gonna do this exact same thing. And so I'm gonna do this bead. I'm gonna do my next bead with 2 wires. And then that bead had 3 wires. And I'm just gonna do the exact same pattern, but backwards. So go ahead and do that on your own. Okay, so now that I have done the exact pattern on this side as I did on this side, but backwards, it's time to start assembling our necklace. And so before I put this on my jump ring, I'm gonna put my jump ring on my chain. So I'm gonna take your jump ring, you're gonna open it up, and you're going to put it on the last link of your chain. My chain's already cut to the size that I want, so I don't have to cut it right now. So I'm just putting my jump ring on my chain. Now, the reason I don't put it directly on my chain is because my chain usually has a bigger gap than I want, and my necklaces usually fall apart if I put it directly to the chain. So I do a jump ring, which holds it really well in place, because the jump rings usually have these gaps that the necklace falls apart on. And so I like to do a jump ring. And now I'm going to take this side of my necklace. I'm going to cut my wires when I was braiding them or whatever, when I was doing my pattern, they kind of got all different sizes. So I'm just going to cut it really even. And then I'm going to take 2 crimping beads. I have 2 crimping beads. These crimping beads are a little bit bigger than the normal size crimping bead. And I use them for these types of necklaces or this type of jewelry when I'm using 3 wires at the same time. And so I'm putting 2 crimping beads on, and then I'm gonna put my jump ring. Oh my goodness, this necklace is so cute. And then I'm gonna take all 3, I put all 3 wires through the jump ring. I'm gonna bend my wires, all 3 wires around my jump ring, and put both of my crimping beads through. Now, the reason I do 2 is because I use 1 to connect it to the necklace. And so the one closest to my jump ring, I'm gonna make sure there is a give, that there is leeway, and then I'm gonna crimp it. And then my other crimping bead is so that I hide the wires. My wires will the wires will poke you, and I don't like cutting my wires right next to my my crimping bead for my first one, because I just feel like it doesn't give the necklace that great of integrity. And so I cut the wires, and then I'm going to take this jump ring and put as close to the end of my wires as possible, and then I'm going to do my crimping bead. And again, the first crimping bead closest to the chain is to connect it to the chain. The second one is to hide those wires so that they don't poke the person that's going to be wearing this necklace. So that's why I do 2 crimping beads. If you don't like the look, you can put like your crimping covers on, and it makes another look, but I don't mind it. I don't mind the look at all. So I'm just going to do that. And then, oh my goodness, this pendant is so cute. I love this pendant. It's such a fun pendant. And now I'm going to adjust my beads, because I can right now. I'm going to adjust my beads where I want them. I'm going to adjust my beads where I want them before I cut my wire off my spools. So I'm just making sure they're kind of where, I know they're going to move around when, after I make the necklace, but to give them the right space and to give the right length that I want. Oh, this is so cute. And then I'm going to, since I've adjusted my beads, I'm going to cut the wire off. Yes. Cut the wire off. And you could cut the chain in half before doing this, but I always cut it after I connect it to my necklace. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my jump ring. I'm gonna put the other side of the chain, the last link on the other side, I'm gonna put my jump ring on and close it up. So I'm gonna close it up. If you've never used a jump ring, then I have a tutorial for that. And so I've closed up my jump ring, and now I can connect the rest of my necklace to my chain. And so now I am going to put both of my crimping beads, I'm gonna put both of my crimping beads on. So put my other crimping bead on. And if you feel like they've moved and they've shifted, you can just kind of trim them to make them the same length. You want them the same length. And then I'm gonna grab my jump ring, and I can scoop these beads down to give me a little bit more room. And I'm gonna just curve my my wire around my jump ring and do the exact same thing I did on the other side. Okay. This necklace is so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. It's so simple, so easy. So the last step we need to do is we need to put our lobster clasp, or whatever clasp you choose. You can choose like a magnetic clasp. You can choose whatever, but the lobster clasp is going to make it more adjustable. And so I'm going to cut my chain down the middle of it for this one. I'm gonna cut it down the middle. And if you can't cut it down the middle, if there's like one link that's more than the other, then just put the side that's the smallest. So the size where you have the least chain, okay? So if this side of the chain is smaller than the other side, then that's where I'm gonna put my lobster clasp. So what you're gonna do is you're going to open your jump ring. You're gonna take your clasp, I have my lobster clasp, and then I'm gonna put my link on of one of my chains, the smallest side, and I'm gonna close it up. And there, my fellow jewelers, you have this beautiful necklace. Well, what do you think? I mean, it was a pretty simple necklace to make. And I know we don't have the same pendant, but I'm super excited about what you're gonna make. And so if you've been inspired by this video or any of my other videos, I'd love for you to go to my Facebook page and send me pictures through my messenger and stuff. I love seeing your creation. You can also go to my Instagram and Pinterest and check out more of my creations, but that's about all I have for you guys today. Now, before I go, you know I love praying for my viewers. I love praying for you. And when I was asking God what to pray for today, he just reminded me that some of you don't have a chic and easy life, that your life is hard, or there is a season of just difficulty or whatever. And he wanted me to let you know that he is with you, and that just call out to him and say, hey, I need your help. Hey, I need you to give me strength, or I need you to get me through this moment, or I am breaking right now, or this thing happening to me, I'm not going to make it if you don't come through. And so he just wants you to know that he wants to walk with you through every moment of every day of your life. So God, I just pray for my viewers. God, I pray, God, that they would know that you are with them. I pray that they would cry out to you, Jesus, for help, and that you would send the peace they need, you would send the strength they need, that you would even stop some things going on in their life so they can make it through to the next moment. God, I pray that they would know that you are near, that you are close to the brokenhearted, that you want to be with us through every step of every day. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love hanging out with you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!